Hola Aguilas, it's Miss Bree, and spring is clearly here, which is what inspired this week's book picks. We have a double feature today, Mother Bruce and Spring Stinks, that was written and illustrated by Ryan T. Higgins. So sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy the read aloud. Alrighty, Aguilas, first we are going to read Mother Bruce and then Spring Stinks. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. He did not like sunny days. He did not like rain. He did not like cute little animals. Bruce only liked one thing: eggs. He collected them from all over the forest. "Good morning, Mrs. Sparrow." But Bruce didn't like eggs raw like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with honey salmon sauce. So he went out to get the ingredients. First, he caught a few salmon. Then he collected honey from a local beehive. He liked to support local business, see? Last, he went to Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit. "Are these eggs free-range organic?" At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. But the fire in his stove fizzled, so he went out to get more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. "Mama!" Bruce became the victim of mistaken identity. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. He supposed he could settle for buttered goslings on toast, but for some reason, he lost his appetite. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest, only to find Mrs. Goose had flown south early. I will have to ask Mrs. Goose about her return policy. "Be back in April, Mother Goose." Bruce left the goslings there anyway and went back home. "Mama? Mama?" But he was followed. Bruce was very stern and said things like, "Go away," and "I'm not your mother," and also, "I like you better when you were eggs." Bruce could take it no longer and he became extra grumpy with them. Roar! It didn't work. "Mama?" Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. "Mama?" Bruce was stuck with them. He tried to make the best of it. It was hard work. Ugh, ew, yuck. Aw, sleepy geese. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky goslings grow older. Annoying baby geese, stubborn teenage geese, and boring adult geese. Then, one fall afternoon, he saw other goose families flying south. Finally, he'd be rid of those geese and he could take a long winter nap. Bruce explained migration, but they didn't listen. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. Nothing worked. These geese would not leave Bruce. So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town. They boarded a bus and migrated to Miami. Now, every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about at the beach in tacky shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade while Bruce dreams of new recipes that won't hatch. Mama? Uh-oh. We also have these titles in the library. I bought the whole collection of Mother Bruce. Now, let's go ahead and go into Spring Stinks, also by Ryan T. Higgins. This is considered a little Bruce book. It is springtime in Soggy Hollow and everyone is happy. Everyone but Bruce. I love the smell of spring, says Ruth. Spring stinks, says Bruce. Ruth has a basket, a very nice basket. Let's smell some smelly springtime smells together, says Ruth. That is my basket, says Bruce. Oh, the green smell of green smelling grass, says Ruth. Grumbles Bruce. Ah, the sweet smell of sweet smelling daisies, says Ruth. Rumbles Bruce. The woodsy smell of woodsy smelling trees, says Ruth. Ouch, mumbles Bruce. Ooh, you're going to love the next one, says Ruth. What? Moose! Get out of my basket. Bruce does not like the smell of wet moose. I know, says Ruth. Bears love the smell of honey. Uh-oh. This smells like trouble. Oh, poor Bruce. Spring stinks, says Bruce. It sure does, says Ruth. The end. Both of these books are available in the library. Let's go ahead and get into the takeaways. Every time I read this story to Emmy, my husband Cody always laughs and thinks that this book is so funny. I hope that it made you all laugh as much as it makes my little family laugh. Pop quiz, guys. What did Bruce originally want to cook before his surprise? And why did spring stink? Was it a good stink, a bad stink, or maybe both? I can't believe that the end of the year is near, and I hope you guys are excited about all these titles I've picked. If you've missed any from the last month, you can go to Books and Brunch with Mrs. Bree to catch up, and they're all on my YouTube channel. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week.